Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to part 8 of our Union campaign. I'm sorry it's been a while since I've updated this actual campaign. I'm actually going to put the first episode in the beginning of this Let's Play so that people can find it fairly easily. We are, of course, playing the battle. I believe it's the battle of First Bull Run. I could be mistaken. Could be Shiloh, actually. We'll find out soon enough. Like I said, I think we had episode 7 quite a while back, and I want to make sure that we know exactly which of the battles we're fighting here, but we're going to continue here. And of course, the way the campaign works, for those of you that are new to it, is you have an army, you have to defend with that army, but you also have to upkeep that army. And right now we're trying to keep the Confederates off our backs as best we can. We've got a beautiful downhill shooting position here, but we are out in the open, and that's why I'm trying to bring Porter in so desperately to fire at Pond. Of course, that's not going to stop Jenkins from really laying waste to us as best he can. We've also got, of course, McCord and MacArthur here firing on Jackson, but Jackson's actually in a pretty nice wooded position, which is leading me to want to take MacArthur here and start firing at Gladden. So I might do that, kind of allow McCord to do his thing and just try to do as much damage to Gladden as possible. Obviously, Porter's got not only a downhill position, but a wooded position as well, and that definitely appeals to me here. So let's keep firing. Come on, MacArthur. Give him hell, son. It's not exactly in the most wooded area, and actually, now that we've got Chalmers here, I'm kind of a little scared to bring him forward too much. It looks like he's getting the message. Gladden's getting the message more or less. Let's also grab this Ellis's supply wagon and move it over here to try and get some support to those cannons, of course. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And if you are new, not only subscribe, but take a look at episode 1 and also the playlist. You can just find it in my playlist list, and go ahead and watch our Union Civil War campaign. We've also got a Confederate Civil War campaign, which I think will appeal to quite a lot of you, so take a look. And actually, we finished our Confederate Civil War campaign. Now let's see if we can finish the Union one. And I'm actually starting to think we should bring Russell out here. I haven't seen any Confederates over here on this side besides cannons, so I think it would probably behoove us. There we go, now I'm using Civil War words. It would behoove us to get some support over here. So we're going to do that. There we go, keep firing down the hill. You can see a lot of Confederate bodies down there. Definitely not a good position for the Confederacy being down a hill, but at the same time, look at that. As you can see now, Harlan is having to pull back, and for obvious reasons. And I think Jenkins could pretty easily take this position. So I'm actually going to get MacArthur back behind the lines. We're moving Russell in to assist him. Hopefully that's going to be enough support. He certainly needs it. Oh boy, I hear a charge. I hope that's just my... Yeah, maybe not. It might not be a charge. It's still a little frightening at first. Yeah, and Harlan's definitely taking off. Oh, that is a charge. Looks like Tribune is going to try to charge this position. I'm going to go ahead and fire on him with the skirmishers and with Porter's men. I'm thinking we could probably break this charge, but with Chalmers also attacking, this could get quite complicated and quite ugly. Alright, there we go. McCord is being attacked, sure enough, by Statham. Come on, boys. Fire! Beautiful. Now, if they're going to stand in front of our men and take volleys like that, I'll eat up those charges all day. As you can see right there, Statham is routing. Beautiful. I like to see that. Come on, boys. Use those bayonets. Get McCord back into position here. Chalmers is taking a nasty hit. And now let's move Harlan back up. But as you can see, now they're actually bringing Gibson into position here. And they could be taking this area pretty soon. So I'm going to try to smash into Jenkins. Come on, MacArthur. Don't break, son. Porter's being just surrounded by the enemy here. Try to get McCord into a better position, but they have definitely outnumbered us. We knew that in the beginning of the battle, that the enemy was going to outnumber us in this particular battle. So we just got to do our absolute best to put them to flight. As you can see, we do have that hills advantage, but I mean that woods advantage. But now that they're going to do a full charge here, it's going to make things very, very difficult for us. Come on, Harlan and Porter, hold your line, son. Porter, of course, here led by, I believe Ulysses S. Grant himself, not by Porter. It's a one-star general there, and this is early in the war. So I don't want to lose Grant in a battle like this. That would be terrible. He's doing a pretty good job at close combat here. I think he's definitely going to earn a medal. And there we go, withdraw to the Hornet's Nest. That was just the breathing space we needed. And of course, they're going to go ahead and attack the Hornet's Nest here. And the rebels will have to dislodge us from here to proceed towards Pittsburg Landing. It is advised to quickly secure this area before our flanks get overrun. By delaying them as much as possible around Shiloh Church, we increase our chances of securing Pittsburg Landing. Okay, so actually, we might still need to go back here and focus on this situation as well. It looks like Porter is managing to open fire now. Here we go. We've got more units ready to defend. That's what I like to see. Let's make sure to secure Pittsburg Landing. And this is indeed Shiloh, so we should do well here. Come on, boys. Fire on Claiborne. Now, we are actually delaying the Confederates pretty well on the east there, but as far as the west... Excuse me, on the west, as far as the east, that's a different story. And especially with Harlan in this position here, I'm going to have him fall back. I want to get him into the woods. Not to mention that this area has lost its importance. We no longer have to hold this area. We just need to hold the Hornet's Nest and Shiloh Church. So we're actually going to start moving these boys back. Let's go, boys. It's actually a perfect time to skedaddle and get the hell out of here. So let's go. Come on, McCord. Rest of you boys. Get back to the church, the Hornet's Nest. Whichever you want to go to. We might need to leave Russell behind to keep firing on the enemy and just kind of keep them busy while we move the rest of our forces. But Russell is being flanked on multiple sides now. So is McCord. McCord, we need you to keep moving, son. Alright, so here we go. We got Porter here. I'm going to move him right there. I'm going to move Harlan right into these woods. As you can see, I'm already kind of setting up a defensive barrier here with the men. Try to hold the area here. Let's take a look at what's happening here. So we've taken position with Neil, as you guys can see, around this farm. And I'm hoping that that position's going to hold. As you can see, the enemy's going to charge us. It's not the first time they've charged the farm. We've just got to try to stay strong here. And hopefully Neil will do the rest of the work. Let's get Franklin over there to give him some support. Maxentius is already bringing support over here. Alright, Scales, fire on Claiborne. Take a look over here. Keep on going, boys. I'm scared because Russell might get trapped behind enemy lines here. But he does have a better position than Chalmers does right now. Kind of firing at will, you can tell. Alright, keep on moving, Russell. I'm actually going to have Russell run. Alright, Samuel Heinzelman is wounded. I don't like that one bit. Especially since I see Johnson moving up here on the left. So I'm actually going to target him. We're trying to get Russell out of here quickly. And we can see this area has been bombarded pretty badly. There we go. We've already got Confederates advancing. Look at that, guys. Now, it looks like we might have some units here. Wonderful. Amon, a bunch of other boys moving up. We'll get them up to the woods. But I want to save these guys. They've done a great job here. I don't want to just totally forget about them. We don't want to leave a single man behind. Believe me, every single man in this campaign is of extreme importance. Let's see what's happening here. So they have won the battle near the farm. It's not a good sign. It's also not a good sign that the enemy is delaying us, or we're trying to delay the enemy here, but they're actually putting a lot of damage down on us. And I'm actually going to move Agrippa here. And Russell is now in the woods with us. Not a good sign. We want Scherer to focus on wood. Let's do that. And let's hope that Loomis has got enough firepower and morale to fire on Russell and keep him back. Alright, come on, boys. I know you want to catch Johnson, and Johnson, you want to catch our damn supply wagon. We're just not going to have it, son. Hold Pittsburg Landing. Alright. Everything just got, well, things got slightly easier. We have to establish our last line of defense at Pittsburg Landing. If the rebels take it, it's all over. We will be surrounded and destroyed. The ironclads USS Tyrone and USS Lexington are off the banks of the Pittsburg Landing, ready to assist us. So they're going to constantly bombard the enemy. That's pretty awesome news. So I do want to start slowly pulling back to that location at Pittsburg Landing. Let's actually start grabbing some of our men and getting back there. And in fact, the last of our men here, these 3 brigades, can go right back to Pittsburg Landing. Looks like Shaver's already on his way there. So we know the Confederates are going to try to get there first. We'll keep these guys here to hold them back in this particular sector. And let's have Russell move forward too. Have him open fire on Johnston. Yes, I don't like the open territory, but if the enemy's going to do it, I think we can do it as well and get away with it. At least initially. There we go. Give him hell, boys. Give him hell. We got more men over here. Oh, beautiful. Those are our supporting units. So they do have the cavalry already at Pittsburg Landing, but I'm confident we can hold out here. And look at that. Neil is already dealing with Stuart. I hope Neil can hold out. If not, we're going to have to get Agrippa to get the hell out of here, because I don't want to lose a general. So they secured Pittsburg Landing. I'm still not totally losing my mind, because I know that as soon as we get infantry units there, we're going to outnumber them significantly. Alright, McCord, come on, boy. Let's go, son. Got a lot of enemies at our rear. It's not the best situation, of course. In fact, I'm going to run with McCord. Try to get him over there by Pittsburg Landing as fast as possible. And we've got some natural ground here that we can take. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're taking the natural ground and really going to hold Pittsburg Landing. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like we managed to actually hold back the charge by Stuart. Maybe not. They're actually making it to our artillery. Neil, you need to keep firing, son. I wish we had a square formation to deal with Lindsay, but I don't think he's going to be too much of a risk. However, Wood is already kind of wavering, so maybe we will drop out of the woods just a little bit to hit Wood. Oh, no, I'm not going to do an awful pun, don't worry. I want to desperately, but it's not going to happen. Here we go, fire down. Scherer. There you go, son. Okay, I believe we're going to be securing Pittsburgh's Landing very quickly. And now, of course, we just need to hold Pittsburg Landing. Got Jenkins over there. I don't think he's going to be too much of a problem. But the problem is, we do have this position right here where we're still holding back the enemy. And quite a lot of enemies moving up here, quite frankly. So we've got to hold Pittsburg Landing for quite a long time. And in that time period, I'm hoping that we can also knock back some Confederate regiments. But maybe we should go ahead, think ahead a bit, and start moving McCord back up there towards Pittsburg Landing, maybe even flank Shaver. I think that's probably a good idea. Right now, our army has been cut up into many different sections. Same goes for the Confederates, though. They're not in a much better position, although they do have more men in this particular battle. Let's take a look here. Come on, boys. Don't surrender. Let's send Wood back, Scherer. You know you can do it. Boom! Just a cracking shot there. We don't want to lose our generals either. That would be awful. Make sure Grimes is firing on Avery. Skirmishers are pretty damn effective against cavalry units, although Grimes is wounded, which is not a good thing. There we go, Walton. Use those farm buildings to your advantage. Keep it up. Alright, so we're essentially behind the barricades. I think that we can hold this position pretty damn well. We've even got Ames here, so we've got some support, some infantry support, and we're going to be going right up the backside of these guys with McCord. Not the greatest and not the prettiest picture, I know, but it is what it is. And I think we can take a moment here pretty soon to get these boys the hell out of here, or we could keep them here the whole battle and see if we can hold the enemy back long enough to really defend Pittsburg Landing properly. Don't forget, we've also got those gunboats. McCook's division from Buell's Corps is here. Beautiful. Hold the landing. There we go. That's exactly what we needed, guys. Can actually open fire there on Jenkins, give him some hell, and move forward towards Pittsburg Landing. Let's take a look here. And there we go. Neil is still holding out. I want to move Grimes up, but I think it's time to start moving east. And look at that. Ellis surrendered. Well, hell. I believe that might be our unit. Get Lindsay, Neil, get Johnston. I think I'm going to have to get these generals out of here, but it's going to cost our boys a tremendous amount. And I'm actually going to charge Russell here with Scherer because he is almost out of ammunition. Might as well try to flank these guys with a nasty charge. Oh, Grimes and Neil, give them hell, son. There we go. They've routed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What we need to do is find a damn ammo wagon. There we go. Keep firing at him. We're going to charge with Loomis on Stevens. Once again, a flanking charge. Just trying to relieve this area so that we can get General Agrippa Maxenius and General Franklin the hell out of here. Get them, boys. And here we go. So this is already our starting to fire on with McCord. I'm actually going to take away the run button. And hopefully he can hit Shearer with enough flanking shots that Shearer is just going to give up. We do have supplies here too, so I think it really behooves our men to get to that position quickly. So let's grab Shearer, let's grab all our boys, grab Walton. Come on, everybody, we're moving east. Don't let Johnston stand in our way, and we definitely want to try to avoid that large group of Confederates that's coming here. I almost feel like we might need a sacrificial lamb unit. I'm hoping that's not the case, though. We've got to get Johnston out of here, though. Get him, boys. Get him. We've also got Gibson here. Nice. Yeah, Loomis is being smashed. I'm going to try to hold out against Clearborn, but I'm not sure it's going to work out so well. I think we really just need to break Johnson. If he runs, we can go ahead and move east without much of an issue at all. And we're going to need that to get our generals out of here. So I'm going to already start moving Shearer here. You can see almost all our boys are out of ammo in this particular sector. So Loomis could be in trouble. Come on, boys. Alright, I'm going to start moving Shearer and Agrippa Maxentius out of here. While we keep some of these boys back and try to get them way up there at Pittsburg Landing. It's definitely a dangerous ride, but look at that. Shearer is out of here. Shaver, excuse me, is out of here. And so McCord can go ahead and move into position here at Pittsburg Landing, of course. And we're just waiting for more rebels to appear. Let's also take a look at our boys in the east. Captain Roberto Stewart is wounded. Hell, I bet he is. Especially we were being flanked big time over here, guys. Well, we've got to try to win this battle, especially now that we've been forced back so many times. We've got to try to get the hell out of here and win this battle. It looks like Stewart may be captured. And look at that. We've got another Stewart, this time the Confederate Stewart, over here. We're going to try to move our boys up to Pittsburg Landing. Come on, boys. Get to safety. Shearer, don't let Lindsay shoot Agrippa Maxentius or Franklin. And actually, I'm going to charge with Shearer here if he's got enough energy left in him. Because at this point, we could really move away with these guys. Give him hell, son. Give him hell. There we go. He's going to be out of here. We'll keep moving the rest of the boys to Pittsburg Landing. Same with Loomis. Let him take the farm. I don't need the damn thing. And there we go. Beautiful job by Shearer. You can see a bunch of rebels being just stabbed to death. That's exactly what we want right now. They're going to have that advantage in the woods. And I'm making sure Grimes is still watching Lindsay, because Lindsay is going to keep... Oh my, but no, no, no. Holy hell. Shaver has reformed at the worst possible time. I hope we can get Agrippa and Franklin the hell out of here, back behind our lines. Very risky business here. Looks like Shaver is trying to reposition himself to fire. I don't think it's going to work, but hell, he can try. We'll keep running with Loomis here because he's got his rear flanked, and that's the last thing we need. I'm even going to set up scales to fire at Shaver at this point. If we could get some canister shot downwind at him, that's going to be very good. Come on, boys. Make sure the generals made it to safety. Glorious. Charge them if you need to, boys. Go for it. At this point, we're sending everybody we have to Pittsburg Landing. I'm trying to save as many of our men as possible because, once again, you know, these units are going to carry over into the next battle, whether we get a victory or a defeat. And we don't want to lose these guys by having them fall behind enemy lines. So we are going to do an absolute charge here. And I hope this doesn't... Oh, see, Shaver's already being charged. He's going to have to fight it out, unfortunately. We could bring Loomis to his aid, but I fear that's going to cause us even more problems. And sure enough, Shaver is routing. So we'll keep moving our boys. Come on, let's go, boys. Don't look at the battle behind you. This is like, what was the city in the Bible? You look behind you, you turn into a pillar of salt. That's the situation right now. If these guys look behind them, they're going to look up, they're going to wind up like Scherer. And they're going to be not just turned into a pillar of salt, but stabbed and bayoneted to death. And I think Scherer is pretty much in some serious trouble here. I could turn back and try to help him, but I just don't know if we have the time. I'm going to let Loomis open fire. Come on, Loomis, give him hell. Give Shaver hell, son. Come on, son. I'm amazing that Scherer is still around. Sorry guys, that was not a bug at all. I just had to go ahead and grab the door. We are back here, obviously at Pittsburg Landing, and we're still trying to get the hell out of here. We've got a few units trapped behind enemy lines. This is pretty typical for this mission, especially if you've gotten this far. So be aware of that. We have managed to get most of our boys over, but it looks like Loomis and Scherer are definitely trapped here. It's not the greatest position for them, to be honest with you, but can't save everybody. Might drop Scales back just to get a shot off, but that means setting up our artillery, and that could prove quite fatal to our men. Covers 50%. Come on, Scales. Give me some damn shell fire. At least it looks like Pittsburg Landing is completely under our control. Pretty well defended at this point, and unfortunately Loomis is going to be forced back, so is Scherer. And they might catch these two guys and imprison them. They might be going to Andersonville, and nobody wants to go to Andersonville. So come on, boys, get behind the lines quickly. We've got, of course, Agrippa and Franklin here, and I've got enough men to feel pretty confident that I can hold this location, especially with the assisting fire from our ironclads. The support fire, I should say. But it's always better, obviously, to get our boys the hell out of here. There, Scales is finally going to fire that shell shot. Come on, give him hell, Scales. We know you can do it. Try to save Loomis. Come on, Scales. Open fire. Boom. Going to be taking a nasty hit there. Scherer is actually still holding out, but he's going to rout there. And with their backs against the canal here, I'm not sure they can hold out too long. So there we go. Look at that. We've already got Lindsay and a few more Confederates trying to basically capture our cannons. I'm going to move Walton into position here to try and stop them. Come on, Walton. And actually, we can move Scales out of here, too. It's about time to pull back, unfortunately. So I might even take Scherer and Loomis and get them way, way away from this battle. Yeah, let's just keep moving, because we don't want to have to refill their ranks when the time comes. Keep moving, boys. Keep moving. This is not a time to be a hero. Get behind that damn trench wall. Walton's actually ready to fire. I know how eager he is, but I think right now it's best just to go ahead and get behind that trench wall. Try and protect ourselves as best we can. We'll move the supplies over here, because I know a lot of the men coming into the battle, or into this part of the battle right now, are low or out of ammo. There we go. We got Loomis and Scherer. Try to get them into the woods here in time, hopefully, to engage Martin. And they are low or out of ammo. Now, like I've said many times in these videos, the way I explain them being low on ammo or out of ammo and still being able to fire is they're picking up rounds from men on the ground. Essentially, you know, extra mini balls that they can maybe use against the enemy. But Martin definitely poses a threat here. So we're actually going to have Porter take this position right here. Let's get Allen over here. And actually, I like this area, which to me is a real hornet's nest. right there, that wooded area. We've had some pretty interesting battles in that position, for those of you that remember. Keep firing, boys. Hold the line. Hold the line. We've got plenty of men supporting you here. We're going to move this fellow over here. And again, our whole point here is to hold Pittsburg Landing. Oh, damn. Look at that. We've got some serious Confederate assaults coming. Alright, let's see if that supply wagon can bring ammo to all of these men. Walton, return fire. Stewart, get behind the line. I see what you're doing, Stewart, but we don't even need you to do it now. And as you can see, look at that. Shaver's going to be charging here. And this could be where these units over here get captured. It's very possible that those 2 units are going to be captured. So all we can hope for is that we hold Pittsburg Landing. And I'll consider that acceptable. Just barely, of course. And once Terrell stops here, he can actually start bringing ammo to Porter and the rest of these guys. There we go. Come on, boys. Give our boys some cover fire. We'll even bring Ames out here. And I'm going to have Ames charge. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I was going to say I'm going to have Ames charge these units right here. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're definitely bringing that support fire. Charge, Ames! Sabres at the ready. Statham is going to have a nasty surprise here, but I'm not sure if Ames with only 700 can do much damage here to Statham. Remember, even during the Civil War, I believe it was Ulysses S. Grant that said that the cavalry charge is over. You know, it's not as effective as it once was, but we have managed to pretty much terrify the hell out of the enemy here. You can see there that Statham is going pretty crazy, and he's routing. That's beautiful. Now we just need to hold out against the rest of the enemy. Come on, boys. Not much left, and we can call this a victory. I hope that Tyler is still providing some support for us. I'm actually going to have him fall back. Come on, Loomis. Fall back, son. A lot of our boys down there, some Federals. You can see the massive amount of Confederates trying to take this position, and I feel like if we can just hold this line, they're not going to be able to take it. They might try a charge, but we've got a ton of artillery here. We've got a lot of support, and I think we're in a position of actual supremacy in this particular position, this particular area anyway. There we go. Trebu's going to try to charge. Remember, we've got Walton back here just in case he tries something like that. If he takes Amon's position, which I don't think he will, but he certainly could, then we could have Walton charge right back. I'm actually going to have McCord focus on him as well. There we go. He's routed already. So he's already routed. Didn't even take very long, and he's going to have to retreat under heavy fire back into the woods. Now he knows how we felt for a good part of this battle. Loomis and Scherer, you boys just have to pull back. We'll let them keep fighting Shaver, because I think that they've sent the rest of their men to actually target us in the other area. So maybe we can actually push Shaver back. Only time will tell. There we go. Keep up the fire, boys. I'm going to put McCord over here so he can hopefully get some secondary fire there on the enemy. Hell, I might even bring Ames around, start attacking the enemy from the flanks. Doesn't look like much is going on the right side, although I don't want to chance it, but I am considering grabbing Harland and moving him over here once again. Again, we've got plenty of reinforcements. No, don't get off the hill now, McCord. Don't drive me crazy, son. Just keep going where you're going. Looking along the line to see if there's any position where they can actually try to charge. I would like to focus fire with Scales, and it looks like he is focusing fire. He's got some shell shot going downwind. Alright, let's see actually if we could hit Stevens. If we could get on his flank. Now this is a bit of a risky maneuver to say the least. See, this is where I don't like this situation. Fall back. because they are bringing more men over here. I think right now their goal is to capture some of our men. If they can't win the battle, they can certainly capture some of our boys. Get on his flank. Come on, McCord. Although him being actually in a wooded area, I know better than this. I'm going to get one volley off, and then I'm going to pull back with McCord. There we go. And actually, that one volley only killed about 5 men, and we'll pull back. Colonel Jacob Ammon is wounded. Damn, Ammon. You put up a hell of a fight, son. If you need to pull back, you can go ahead and do that. We've got Walton to watch your back. Alright, guys. So close to a victory here. I can feel it in my bones. Alright, I'm actually glad McCord is kind of back in a safe position. This might be one of the few battles where we take, we don't usually do this, but we might take more casualties than the enemy in this one battle. It looks like Stewart's going to try to charge. I think he started his charge a bit too early. Charge him, Ames. Give him a taste of the cavalry right out of the woods. We could play this game all day. There we go, he's already routing. Although Ames is taking some nasty, nasty fire from the enemy. But as long as Stewart is in a terrible position, I feel somewhat happy. Come on, boys, keep moving back. You know the drill here. Fall back. Fall back. At least get in the woods. I'm surprised these men haven't been captured. Keep moving, boys. This is the first time I haven't seen enemies around. Keep on moving. Come on, Scherer. Come on, Loomis. We're going to have to pay for all these losses. That's my biggest concern. So the enemy is hurting us in one way. Keep up that fire. Nice. Some nice naval fire. I'm amazed that Amon, despite having a wounded officer there, is able to keep on firing away and holding that location. The men in that brigade all deserve a medal. I mean, sure, they have cover, but this is a tough location to hold. We can't lie. This is definitely one of the tougher locations. We're so close to the end of the battle, boys. We just have to hold out a little while longer. I'm glad Agrippa has survived. I mean, managing to escape was, I think, pretty much in itself a major accomplishment. Could be tooting my own horn here, but I really think it was. And now that we're in this position at Pittsburg Landing, I don't see the Confederacy breaking through. Even if they charged with every single one of their brigades, we've got some men back here. Rousseau, Neal, a few guys that just haven't even seen combat yet, and they're going to be more than happy and more than willing to engage the Confederacy. Of course, McCord's got an uphill advantage on Stevens, and since he's not in cover, I'm very tempted to move up a little bit against my own best judgment and get a nice shot on him. And I think McCord's men are desperate for a fight, too. Let's let him have a nice volley before the end of the battle. There we go, boys. Mow him down. Okay, proceeding to the next day. My goodness, I thought the battle was going to be over right there, but Shiloh's clearly a major battle. We held, but the fight is not over. The rebels stand ready to attack us again. But what they don't know is that all our reinforcements are now present. We can counterattack and sweep them from the field. Well, let's hope so. So we can actually go ahead, and I didn't know this. This is quite new, although we don't have any money, so it makes little difference. We can go ahead and add some men to these brigades, but I want to see, maybe we can add some rookies without paying anything? No, it's going to cost us money one way or another. That's unfortunate. So we're going to have to head right back to the battle and hope for the best, boys. Although that's certainly a new feature. Look at that. Look at that beautiful situation. We fought desperately yesterday and managed to hold Pittsburg Landing. Our heroic fighters did not let the rebels advance further. That's pretty much how it went. All brigades of General Buell are here, so we can now initiate a counterattack to sweep the Confederates from the field. Well, I certainly hope we can do that. We've got all of these locations we've got to take, but you guys know how this works. Smash that like button, and obviously we start getting a bunch of likes on this video, and obviously maybe subscribe if you're new. We will come back quite soon, maybe tomorrow, the next day, sometime this weekend, and do part 9, I believe, of the Union campaign. But things seem to be going all right. Not perfect, but all right. Thank you for watching, my friends. Take care, and have a blessed, blessed day.